Welcome to Hypnosis Health Info. I'm Roger Moore. Came across another article in the New York Times titled "A Few Cookies a Day to Keep the Pounds Away." And it reads, "Just ask Christina Kane, who has tried everything from the grapefruit diet to Atkins with no success. Then she heard about the cookie diet, which involves eating 6 prepackaged cookies a day plus 1 real meal, say skinless chicken and steamed vegetables. I thought, that diet looks so incredibly easy," said Miss Kane, she's 43, a legal secretary in Washington, who started paying $56 a week for the prepackaged cookies in June, when she weighed 255 pounds. 3 months later, she was 40 pounds lighter. "If you can make it through the first week, you're in the clear," she said. Miss Kane is one of an estimated 500,000 people who have lost weight on the cookie diet. The gist of it is simple: eat cookies and lose up to 10 pounds a month. Or in blunter terms, consume a substance whose ingredients and nutritional value are somewhat vague and drop weight. Because how can you not when you're only consuming 800 to 1,000 calories a day? The popularity of cookie diets is hardly surprising in this culture of quick fixes. Who wouldn't want to exert minimal effort to get long-lasting results? Who wouldn't want to lose weight by consuming something verboten on most diets? The cookie diet is very appealing because it legalizes a food, the cookie, that is banned from most weight loss programs. The diet gives people a false sense of control, simplifying balanced nutrition into one food, the cookie. Critics of the cookie diets are not convinced. Weight loss plans that center around a diet of below 1,000 calories do not, they say, lead to long-lasting weight loss and can result in potassium deficiency, gallstones, heart palpitations, weakened kidney functions, and dizziness. The cookie diet particularly concerns eating disorder activists who have long criticized fad diets, such as the grapefruit diet, Master Cleanse, and OptiFast shakes. Generally speaking, fad diets misinform the public and fuel a fire of continued curiosity with this dieting mentality, which we know gets us nowhere. They tend to promise a huge return for very little investment. Some nutritionists don't think you should embark on the program at all. The bottom line is that you can't meet your nutritional needs in 6 cookies and 1 meal a day. It's not possible. Any diet that names one particular food or food group in its title, like the ice cream diet, whipped cream diet, low-carb diet, is likely to be unbalanced and short-lived. Remember the chocolate diet? For weight loss to stick, you have to be able to settle into an eating pattern that you can adhere to over time. Wow. You know, at Slender for Life, we focus on eating real food, food that you grow in your garden, food that you get at the farmer's market in the produce section. You know, it's food that looks like it was dug out of the earth, it was picked off a plant or a bush or out of a tree. And the foods that we particularly want people to stay away from are the foods that man has taken and sliced and diced and altered and added words to you can't pronounce and put it in a package with a label, processed foods, or perhaps these cookies. And don't get me wrong, I love cookies, and my favorite cookie is my mom's oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. We call them cowboy cookies, and they were a good, hard cookie. And boy, I used to, you know, when I weighed 110 pounds more than I do now, when those cookies were around, I would eat and eat and eat and just keep eating, and I could go through a dozen or more cookies very easily in a day, and I can think of times where I actually had up to 2 dozen a day. And I, you know, when I read about diets like this, I go, but this isn't real. How do you transform that into the real world and learn how to eat healthily and to eat slowly, to eat consciously, to stop eating when your appetite says enough? How do you go to a friend's house and eat, or go out to a restaurant and eat when all you're used to doing is losing weight on cookies? You know, it just doesn't make sense to me. But at Slender for Life, We teach you self-hypnosis. We teach you how to take control of you, create a new relationship with yourself and a new relationship with food, so that today, on special occasions, holidays or whatever, I can still enjoy my mom's cookies. But I can be very satisfied having one, maybe two in a week. I don't have to have a dozen or two in a day. I can have them sitting in the freezer for months on end, and once in a while go out and get a cookie and feel totally content and totally satisfied, and actually even forget they're there. They don't call me, they don't drive me, because I've taken control of me. And you know, I often hear with new clients that they are looking for a quick fix. They're looking for the wave of the magic wand. They're looking for the fairy dust. They're looking for something quick and simple. Well, even with hypnosis, it doesn't really work that way. You do have to show up and do the work. You have to do your part. It's more than just coming to sessions with me or having sessions over the phone and over the internet. You do need to practice your self-hypnosis. You do need to make grocery shopping trips and buy real food and prepare real meals and real snacks, and to eat slowly, to eat consciously, all of which we reinforce with hypnosis. And yeah, you do need to get out and move your body. You do need to exercise. And with hypnosis, we focus on the mental, emotional issues and let go and disconnect the need to eat when you're stressed, or to reward yourself for having survived another day, or to go to a comfort food when you're feeling down. All that is changed when you use hypnosis. And we teach you self-hypnosis in such a way that you learn to take yourself into hypnotic state, give yourself suggestions, and bring yourself back up in 1 minute. And that way you can use it anywhere, anytime, and use it multiple times throughout the day, whether it's a work issue or a relationship issue or a parenting issue, or maybe it's a sports issue, whatever it is. It's about putting you back in control of you, and not only in creating that new relationship with yourself, but again, creating a new relationship with food. Fad diets don't work. You know, I tried all the diets. And yes, as long as I dieted, I could do the deprivation, I could take weight off. But of course, once the diet stopped, I always put as much or more back on. And thank goodness for hypnosis, for healthy eating and exercise. 14 years ago, I was able to take off over 100 pounds, about 110 pounds, and I've kept it off ever since. So I have offices in the Medical Dental Building in downtown Seattle and here on Bainbridge Island. And so give me a call, 206-903-1232. And if you live too far away, I have clients across the country, send me an email, roger@hypnosishealthinfo.com, and we'll set up a telephone and internet program to support you in taking weight off, and most importantly, keeping it off. And it's going to be based on real foods. We don't use food supplements. We don't use packaged foods. It's real food. So you learn how to get to your goal weight, and most importantly, stay there for the rest of your life. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info.